Good morning, whoever just joined. All right. Let's take a look here. What do we got going on? It's been a crazy, crazy good sales weekend. We've got a ship yesterday. It is Sunday morning. 16 orders going out for a total of $635. Hoist. Got a real photo postcard of Upper Marlboro, Maryland post office. Sold for $30 plus shipping. Very nice sale to start off shipping on Sunday. I am getting low on my photo mailers, which is, to me, incredible that I went through close to 5,000 in under 6 months. When I bought them, I honestly thought I'd have a year's supply. But all that means is I sold a lot more postcards than I was planning on. I like to get a head start when I have busy days like this. I have a feeling I'll be shipping again this evening, but I've been pretty heavily working through my death pile. Been working on doing a bunch of photographs, which have really had a huge backstock, and I want to be able to have time to list today. What's going on, Gravity Goods? Next up, Bloody Wolf for TurboGrafx 16. Another really nice sale. Sold for $59.95 plus shipping. List every day, Cameron. Company clipboard. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to go to the YouTube. And then where's my... Need to pin the chat. Pin. There we go. You know, I never really consider it catching up. If I get some done, or if I do like prep work, or yesterday I got a bunch listed, but I also spent a lot of time scanning, which just means that when I start today, I'll be able to hit those. It's a bunch of old like 70s promotional photographs and military 8x10s. Some pretty cool, interesting stuff. But because they're large photos, I can only do them on a flatbed scanner, which means one side at a time. So it's slow going. But if you do them all at once, it takes less time than if you do one, list it, do one, list it, do one, list it. I'm going to be on for as long as it takes me to ship this. And then I'm going to get listing. So, yeah. Bring it on if you want to. I haven't been good about posting links and pinning it. But I remember today. Thank you card. Yeah, it's just, when I'm doing like a two-sided photograph, I just, I try to do everything in batches as much as I can. I'm also like bagging and boarding all my photos, and so it's just doing all the prep work ahead of time so that when I'm ready to list, it's just like, oh crap, did I need to cancel that label. Sorry, Jimmy Anderson. Luckily, it's a $3 medium mail. Yeah, if I'm still on, by all means, come right on. All right, what's next? Got Rally Sport 2 for Xbox. I think I got this from a Mr. Buys a lot, which most of what I get from him has always been very, very good. This lot of video games I got, he had gotten from a Blockbuster. I had seen the lot before it, and it was like a bunch of PS2 and was like all really good. And so I threw out a pretty high bid for this lot. This lot was not good. Only about 10% that was in it was sellable or fixable. Like, most of it wasn't even worth the time to run through the JFJ. But Brian's a good guy. He made good with me. I let him know. We worked it out. Speaking of that, I got a pile of movie posters from him that I need to list. Ooh, I got an offer. Okay, I'm going to accept your offer. $14 for a 1906 University of New Mexico Albuquerque postcard. Hey. Hey, Buster. What you doing? Okay. That extra little cardboard exterior cost me an extra, 20 cents. It's only going to Oregon. No big deal. Hello, Hot Flip Heidi. How are you? Just doing my usual Sunday shipping early today. It was a fairly busy weekend, so I got a feeling I'll be shipping again this evening. But might as well get as much of it out of the way now as I can, and then I've got the whole day to list. And then tomorrow, I got to clean up this craziness. I've let it get out of control again, which is story of me life. Oh, I didn't even show what this was. This is a Porsche belt buckle. Came out of a Goodwill auctions lot. Paid, I believe, $300 for the lot. I actually did an unboxing video on it. I am deep in the black, but this particular buckle sold for $54.95, and it is going overseas. Oh, sorry, $44.95, and it is going overseas to a country I don't know. Kill him. I'm gonna guess somewhere in the Middle East. I don't know. Four ounces. Can I get away with this? 6 ounces. The answer is yes. And you see they paid $20 shipping. So I'm gonna make a couple of bucks off shipping. I need more tissue paper. I'm definitely going to be doing eBay Standard International on this one. Usually when it's a funky country, I do that eBay Standard International because it's insured. Hey Chandra, good morning. Thank you for joining. We got 5 people in the chat. How's everyone doing today? So, if you're on the West Coast like me, it's still pretty early. Hold tight 1 second, folks. I need to grab some tissue paper. I'll be right back. Wow, this is my last bundle of pink tissue paper. I never thought I'd see the end of it. It has lasted me. I got it from the eBayer I bought out. It's lasted me 1.5 years. So I'm going to show you guys a little trick that I do for my tissue. It's a little trick that I stole from another tissue company. I basically make a Kleenex box for my tissue paper. And I can just grab one real quick. Off it goes. Got another belt buckle. This is a Brown and Root USA. Hard to tell what they sell. It looks like probably some kind of motor or gas product. But Safety Award belt buckle. Safety Award belt buckles they always sell. They're not always huge money. This one sold for $21.95, free shipping. And I believe that came out of that same box. So you'll see why I like doing those belt buckles on the Goodwill auctions. Because in two belt buckles, on ones I listed months ago, that was before Christmas. You know, those things are still making money for me. Anything that sells out of it is just profit, profit, profit at this point. It's time. I need to go on and probably buy another one and re-up my supply. I'm not getting low, but there's such easy lists and such easy ships. Ooh, that's not a good one. There we go. Boom. Sometimes I'll just put those things in a bubble mailer. Sometimes I'll put them in a box. Kind of just depends on what they paid. Or what I'm feeling like, honestly. Next. I don't usually do retail arbitrage, but I did earlier this week. I was at the Goodwill outlet, and I was just decided I was going to start looking up some of the cosmetics, and I found these Olay masks right here, vitamin C plus AHA resurfacing peel, and they were selling at Goodwill outlet for $6.99, and they were going pretty much every day on Goodwill for $24.99. And I was like, well, that seems like a no-brainer. They only had 2 in stock, but I think I'm going to go back now. Because this took about 4 days to sell, and I have 1 more to go. And just this paid for almost half my groceries. So that seemed like a good deal. I could get used to that. Maybe I'll start doing more retail arbitrage. The last time I did it was after Halloween and Christmas 2019, when they do their crazy closeout or crazy clearance, and I did really well on that. I got some Anakin Skywalker Funko Pops for $1 that sold for 30. All right, that's an 11-ounce ship. So Let's see how much that's going to cost me. Just plug it into the old Google calculator. All right, so after tax, it cost me $763 minus $763 minus, we'll call it 15% fees and packaging. So we'll just call it $360 minus $453. So that's just shy of $10. That's a pretty good return, especially since it was only one listing and I had 2 of them. If I can get more of them, all I have to do is change my quantity. Like, it's not something I'm going to run around to a bunch of different Walgreens looking for, or not Walgreens, grocery outlets looking for, but if I find them, it's totally worth the pickup. All right, next up. This is a mold to a vintage toy called the Thing Maker. If you guys don't know about Thing Makers, look them up. They're these little, like, oven things. You used to put this, like, goo in the mold, and then you'd put it in this little oven tray thing and bake it. When it came out, you'd get these little rubbery toys out of them. I got a partial set of these with like a box and instructions and some other stuff and like some completed things, and I decided to part it out. And this is one of the molds. I had quite a few. They've been selling off pretty steadily now for several months. When I first listed it, I got an angry message from some eBay person saying that my prices were outrageous and no one's ever going to pay this much and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, all right, bye, Felicia. And, you know, it took a little while to sell. I knew I was on the high side, but these things are very small. I kind of didn't care how long they took. I was confident in my research. I knew that they would sell at this price eventually. Some of them have sold for slightly less, you know, $17.95, $18.95. You know, I've sent offers every now and then. And I think I maybe have like 5 or 6 of the 20 plus I had initially. And that really, I think, you know, in my opinion, general rule, if you've got a small item that sells regularly, it's collectible, it has some rarity to it, those are the kind of items I feel like it's okay to price very high. Just wait it out. You know, as long as you're not stupid expensive. But 20 bucks free shipping. I'm right on. I'm I'm on the higher side, but that's if you're trying to complete a set or if you've got one to play with. Or you want some more molds or whatever. I knew somebody would pay it, and I knew many people would pay it, and they did. So I probably sell maybe 1 or 2 of those a month. And just let you know, if I would have sold a whole set together, I could have maybe got 100, 120 out of it, somewhere in that neighborhood. I sold the box separately. I sold the instructions separately. I sold some of the completed figures separately. I probably made, instead of 120, well over 300. Like, it's almost worth going and buying a complete set on eBay and piecing it out. What do we got? Easy one. This is by no means big money, but again, another one of those things that I like to sell. Super easy to list, super easy to ship. This is a 1970s Hamm's beer. Easy open bottle opener. Sold for 10 bucks free shipping. So I listed probably about, maybe I think 10 of these advertising ones all at once. Hello, Pearl is precious. Oh man, we just got a bunch of people. So yeah, I've listed a whole bunch of these all at once, and maybe took 30 minutes at most. Some of them sold for $14.95. Some of them sold for $9.95. Hey, Cajun Roots, I'm doing good. It's not even 9 yet here on the West Coast. I'm halfway through my shipping for the weekend. Can't complain. I got a bunch of stuff locked and loaded, ready to go for shipping or for listing. Done some pretty heavy listing this last week. Got a lot of items up. All right, so that bottle opener, $3.12 to ship. It sold for $9.95. So $6 or so is my net before fees. So call it $5 after fees. Cost me nothing. I just wait till I have a bunch of those because they show up at bottom of boxes and like junk drawer lots and all that kind of stuff, and then just do them all at once and they sell. I think I only have one left from those 15 that I listed. People collect the weirdest stuff. Always surprised. All right, let's do one of these Burks. So I talked about these on a sourcing video. These books, if you know nothing about books, hey Harry, these are London Folio Society books. They're very high quality. I have found these at Goodwill all the time for like $2-3. You know, they're all very, very well made. They all have slip cases. They're very, very highly collected. So this one is Love Lies Bleeding from Edmund Crispin. And then I also sold The Remains of the Day. This book alone sold for $100 plus shipping. I bought a lot of these at estate auction, paid to have them shipped, all in for 40 books, about $350, all in. This one book out of the 40 is a third of my money back. I have one of the books listed for $300. Hey, Joe Deals. So don't pass up books, guys. These don't have a barcode. You're not going to find these. You'll find these maybe on Amazon, but these aren't something that the barcode scanners are gonna get. I've sold many of these before. Generally speaking, if a book has a slipcase, with a few exceptions, it's worth picking up. So let's get those shipped. I'm gonna. How did the? Oh yeah, he paid priority mail, so we'll just get that one done first. Hey, Buster. Here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. How about here? You just want to say hi to everyone? Here we go. Sometimes I have to take a break from the shipping because somebody needs attention. So maybe let's. This will be the Q&A and smack talk portion of our program. Who should we talk smack about? Should we talk smack about Harry and his terrible taste in music? Just kidding, Harry. Your taste is generally good, except for with one glaring exception. All right, let's see if I can ship one-handed. All right, that's going in there. This one's going priority mail, so guys want to do a legal with a cardboard wrap? No, let's do we'll do a PFRE with a cardboard wrap. Hey, okay, I need my, there we go. Oof. We have this Frankenbox experiment gone wrong. But we will use the parts. We did this on we did this with the Wii recently. It didn't go so well. Cameron's back. And then again, the thank you card. My carrier packaging, USPS. They paid me $13 on my shipping. So I'm going to make a little bit of money on the shipping. I do not refund shipping except on combined shipping. If somebody agrees to pay a certain amount, I consider that a handling charge. Plenty of times I go underwater on shipping. Not on an item, just means I pay more than I charge the customer. So my philosophy is that it all works out in the end. Good morning, Vintage Baby by Gina. We got a few people joining in here. All right. Now the next one is going medium now, so we will not wrap that one. How do we want to do this one? Do I have a... I know how I'll do it. So this second one sold for $34.95, I believe. Yes, $34.95 plus shipping. So between two of those books, you know, that's 130, really 140 before fees of my $350 investment. And for a lot of those books, they don't come up in the US very often. So when they do, you're often the only US seller. which is a very good thing. You can basically set your own price. I sold one of the books out of this lot already, and I am the highest one sold on that I could find on WorthPoint or any eBay sales history. So basically what that means is you can essentially set your own price. I'm the highest sold, and it's sold in like almost instantly. These books I bought at estate auction. I am not going to say the name of the site because I don't want more competition. There, if you look online for estate auctions, or if you've ever done online estate auctions or bid on online estate auctions, you can probably figure out which one I use most often. There's only a few. But yeah, online estate auction is where they came from. Why is this in his parcel select? That's weird. That's not how I'm shipping. I'm shipping media mail. Media mail actually says it's going to get there faster than parcel select. I don't understand that. Hey, sorry. It was a local auction. I don't know what you heard and you didn't, but the end of the night they do everything that's left for a certain amount, and it was like all books. I bid $5, got 11 flats of books, like banana boxes full of books. Almost all of them are Folio Society, and oh, how to find these? They're books. I'm shipping books, media mail. But yeah, also in those flats of books was a first printing of Truman Capote Breakfast at Tiffany's that I sold for $1,000. That was my best in terms of return on my investment. My best buy ever, and I didn't even really know what I was getting. I was just like, $5 for like 11 pallets of books. How could I go wrong? Like, if I sell one book for $10, I get double my money back. Why not? Somebody's got a question for me. Hi, I'm into purchasing this book, your book, but trying to see if there is a How's the condition of the book? Well, I'm going to have to answer this question later. Someone's got a question about a yearbook. All right. Next up, here's a cool item. This also estate auction lot. You guys all probably know that vintage art supplies do well. Check this out. This is a alpha color. Complete dry tempera. Like the labels are all still on here. It's still got the dropper. There might be a couple of these that are slightly used, maybe. I mean, it's got the directions. I got this at a thrift shop for $5. $5. I couldn't, like, I've found alpha color before. I've got like some of the liquid to mix with this stuff that I happen to have separately. And this sold for $100 free shipping. Took like 6 months, but I knew it would. I knew it would sell, and it's gonna go. I'm gonna ship it like probably medium flat rate, so it's gonna cost like $12 to ship. It's heavy. It weighs a good amount. Or sorry, I'm sorry. I paid $5.50 for it. It's 6 pounds. So I'm just gonna go flat rate on it. But I'm gonna do like I'm gonna use some more of that and do a cardboard wrap, bubble wrap, cardboard wrap. Make sure it's really well protected. This thing's gone for like 60 years. I don't want to be the guy that ruins it. Yeah, maybe we'll do this like a yeah, I like that. That'll work. Yeah, this thing's gonna be a tank when I'm done with it. Yeah. Look at that. That's gonna be Gonna be close. Good morning, Brick House. All right, just gonna throw that in. A little bit of padding. Oh yeah. Yep. Get that centered in there. All right. What? We'll just use some of this. So yeah, on this, I probably could have waited out for like, if I really wanted to, because I had no competition for like 100, 125 on it, or 125. I think 125 would have probably been top of the market, but which is I had it set on 119, but it was automatically sending offers out for me at 100. And somebody took it. So all right. This is it will stay closed on its own, which is the rule. It fits in the box. I'm sure you guys may have some opinions as to how within the rules that was. But I have not ever had an issue doing that. So going to Maryland. Priority mail. Hey, Buster. Large box. Hey, get off the keyboard. Come on. $13 ship. That is not bad at all for this big 7-pound thing after I mega packed it. That is about as well packed as you can get on something like that. All right. I don't know. For those of you who've been around for a while, I think you probably know by now that I care somewhat about having items at least appear to be well protected. Like the presentation is important. Need a few more thank you cards. All right. So sold 2 lighters today. The first is a Zama electronic lighter in the case. It's got that cool, like, vintage Art Deco-y retro feel to it. Had this one up for since August. I listed it. I originally listed for $24.95. I very often will play with my prices, moving them up and down by $1, or up $1, whatever. They just get moved around slightly. It tends to help, I believe, with the algorithm and how your items get categorized by Google. It essentially forces Google to recatalog your item, essentially. So it will show up as a newer item. It's kind of like ending and relisting, but you don't lose all your watchers and, you know, views and click-throughs and all of that that's attached to the listing. This is something I learned from the auction professor. And I have to say, proof is in the pudding. Highly effective. Like, if ever I feel like sales are slowing down just a little bit, I'll go into my oldest, 2,000 or 4,000 listings, and I'll just bump the price $1 or lower the price $1. And almost always stuff will start moving. I'll at least sell like 2 or 3 things, in like a 2,000 item bulk list within the next like 48 to 72 hours. So I would say it works and is effective. So if you're doing that ending relisting thing, try just going in, bulk editing all of your prices, and just raise the price by $1. And then after a couple of weeks, you can go back in and then lower the price by $1. Doesn't have to be forever. It's just a short-term experiment. See what you think. Anything you do that to, you're going to make an extra $1 on if it sells. So there's that. And we got another lighter. This is a vintage Ronson. A Ronson Jetline. Not super vintage, but vintage E. Oh, it's got a little fuel left in there. This one I didn't sell for crazy money. This was $12.95. But we know it works. That came out of also a Goodwill auction. Which I got to tell you guys, one of the things on Goodwill auctions, if you just a search tip, look for stuff they're selling by the pound. Do a search for LBS lot. Just go on Goodwill. Let's do this. Let's just do a little sourcing experiment. We get set up here. Okay. And we're going to go lot. Oops, just spell it right. Lot LBS. Let's do ending first. See what they got. Here's 18 pounds. Unsorted baseball cards, 56 bucks. It doesn't seem like a terrible deal. Cactus themed jewelry for 5 pounds of it. AA batteries, 10 pounds of AA batteries. That seems like a lot of batteries for $26. 10 pounds of kitchen tools. What else? 1.6 pounds of sterling. What's the math on that? Right about 250 bucks, isn't it? 12 pounds of Legos. They always do Legos in here in pounds. I always see that. 28 pounds of Lego. Costume, 17 pounds Lego. 9 pounds baseball cards. All right, so there's some just random stuff. Now let's look belt buckle pounds. Here we go. 24 pounds of belt buckles and 22. So it's roughly 100 belt buckles per 20 pounds, give or take. All right. I mean, what do we see in here? Looks like a Native American theme there. This is a Justin Boot Company right here. That's probably a $25 or $30 belt buckle. Here's a applique Native American theme one here. That's probably a $20 or $30 belt buckle. These Arizona State hoods, I've had many of these, not so much. Fallen, I think that's wrestling, maybe. This is cool. Spinner. Registered collection of something. National Cowboy Hall of Fame, that'd be cool. USA. I mean, so right now, if you were to win this auction, call it 100 belt buckles, you're at about $1.62 per belt buckle is your cost. Now there's going to be probably a few broken. Here we go. Texas State Trooper. There's a Anheuser-Busch one there. American Horse Association. Little Britches Rodeo. I can tell you right now that this is probably a Nakona or a Montana Silversmith's belt buckle. This horse one up here looks like solid brass. You've got an F, so you could list that one, you know, for Frank, Franny, Fred. And this one, I would say that if I were to have to choose between the two, I'd be looking at this one. That turtle looks cool. You've got a spell out Dave right here, Texas Lone Star State, American Pride. Like, that turtle one's really cool. People like turtles. I like turtles. Christian one. I mean, I'm going to bid on this. How many pounds? 23? Yeah. I've already been outbid. Okay. So I'm still at $2.50 a belt buckle right here. I'm okay with that. There we go. I'm winning. Don't go bid against me. My guess is it's probably going to go in the 300 to 325 range. And I'm prepared for that. Because you guys saw earlier in this video, if you did, you pull one or two out of those that sell for 50, 60 bucks. And then you've got a whole bunch that will sell in the $15 to $25 range all day long. Talk about a profit model that is easily repeatable. And it's not like, yeah, there's a lot of people in that space, but I don't have any issue selling it. And I would say there's easily room for more. 5 ounce. Sweet. And you can list 100 belt buckles in like 2 days. If that. They're super easy. It's 3 measurements that you can do with a regular ruler. It's this one, and then the size of belt that it fits. And after you do probably about 30 of them, you don't even have to measure most of them anymore, because there's pretty standard sizing. All right, we got records. Three records and then we're done. Hell yeah! Here we go. This one is Apollo Brown and Blacksmith colored vinyl. Bought this off of a Amazon guy who's getting out of the business. Got a bunch of records from him. Next up, Walt Disney, the Aristocats. This came from my big buy back in December. By the way, that first one sold for $13.95 plus ship. This sold for $14.95 plus ship. And then finally, this is such a cool album. The music is not going to be for everyone, but I just love the cover art. This is the Ramblers doing T Dancero. $24.95 plus shipping. The Aristocats, one of my favorite Disney movies. I am not in a lot of company with that one. Not a ton of people love that movie, but I don't love it as much as another movie with a similar name called The Aristocrats. And The Aristocrats recently became available for free streaming with Amazon Prime. If you have seen the movie, you may or may not like it. It's a movie about a joke. A very, very dirty joke. It was produced by Penn and Teller, and it is. I love the movie. I hadn't seen it in a long time, and I saw it came on Amazon, and I was like, this made me very happy. I think I've watched it 3 times since. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure that if I told the joke on the stream, that YouTube would ban me for life. Or at least every single one of you would probably unsubscribe. But if you like dirty jokes, extremely dirty jokes, and don't get your panties all in a bunch about that sort of thing, I highly recommend the movie. Once again, it's called The Aristocats, not The Aristocats. It's a very different movie. All right. My house runs on heating oil, and last night at about 7 p.m. I ran out of heating oil, which Saturday night is pretty much the worst time to run out of heating oil, because you basically have to wait until Monday until you can order more heating oil, because the heating oil place is closed on Sunday. So another reason why I wanted to do some shipping today in the morning is to get some body heat going while the house gets some sun. Looks like it's going to be a relatively nice day today. I mean, there is sun coming out from behind the clouds. I really hope that I mentioned some of these defects. I said BG+. You can see it. There's a sticker on it. All right, we're good. I would say borderline VG, VG+. I probably should have listed that as VG. If I make a mistake, I've got free returns. I actually had somebody open a return on a record a couple days ago or yesterday. I think I sent them the wrong copy. It was the right record, but I have more than one of them, which there's not a lot of records I have more than one of, and I think I sent them the wrong one. So they sent me a message and open a return. And what I would have done if they would have just sent me the message first is just refunded their money. And then said, here's the link to the other one. Just go use the money to buy that. And I'll ship that out to you. Or I would have just shipped them the other record. Said, don't worry about it. Keep it. But now they open the return. I guess I could just refund them. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. Because they sent me pictures. It's clear that I made the mistake. Well, watching. Holy cow. Thanks, everyone. That's awesome. Thank you for joining. Sometime this week, I'm not sure what day, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be this week. I am going to be doing a little like 8mm and 16mm found film festival. I have a lot of old school 8mm and 16mm film. It might be next week. I'm not sure yet. But I need to get some of it digitized, and actually StreamYard is a great tool for doing that, because then I can just download it and edit down the various films that I have, and then re-put them back online with and build those into my listings. So if anyone is into weird old 50s and 60s films, keep an eye out on the channel. I will schedule it ahead of time. I've got all the things needed. These old projectors can be very, 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 very finicky. So, it's not like there's going to be some downtime involved, but I think it will be fun. I tried to do this last year, but I was doing it with copyrighted music playing, and they were just basically like shutting me down on Facebook and on just getting shut down on everything. So there's not going to be any music. It'd be cool to have maybe a person or two come in for commentary, Mystery Science Theater 3000 style. So if that's something you guys are interested in, keep an eye on the channel. I just need to figure out what day makes sense for that. All right. Holy cow, I'm done shipping. Not bad for 9:45. On a Sunday morning. 16 shipped out. So now, I'm going to get to listing. I'm going to eat some breakfast, drink some more coffee. Oh, this is just going over to Seattle. Cool. Hope everyone has a great day. Hope you get some listings done. I know it's a Sunday, but what are days? I do this all the time. If it's your first time here, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. If it's not your first time here, thank you so much for coming back. As always, very, very, very much appreciated. And yeah, I'll probably, who knows, depending on what sells today, I might go live again tonight, and when I have to do that shipping. And that's that. So thanks, everybody. I'm going to be ending the stream in 3, 2, 1.